Hey, good morning and welcome back to This Week in Dioramas. I am your host, TechChucker. If you aren't familiar with how this show operates, every week I go through Instagram looking for the coolest looking dioramas and I showcase them right here on the show. If you'd like to be showcased in a future episode, all you need to do is upload your diorama pictures to Instagram and tag them with the hashtag This Week in Dioramas. We've got an awesome showcase, as I always say, because you guys are always putting out amazing dioramas. I'm just blown away every single week when I'm looking through all of the posts. If you aren't familiar, on Instagram, you can also follow the hashtag This Week in Dioramas. We're coming up on close to 20,000 posts having used that hashtag. And that's just amazing. That is amazing that you guys are using it. You can follow that hashtag that allows you to be able to see all of the awesome work that I'm not even showcasing. I'm not even scratching the surface of what is out there. And what is out there? Amazing dioramas. I should give you a little bit of an update before we get into it. Last week, I let you know that I had COVID. Everything is fine. I'm feeling much better now. Thank you to everybody who was wishing me well and telling me that I probably shouldn't have been recording. I had to. I had a little bit of energy and I needed to do it for myself. But thank you for all of you who were concerned. I'm lucky enough that, it really didn't affect me that much. Although I will say the drain of energy is weird. It doesn't feel quite right. I'm feeling much better now. Better enough that I think I'm ready to start a new diorama. And you're probably thinking, Tech, you haven't finished the last diorama you started. And you would be right. But that diorama that I've been working on is being built for a particular pre-order that I'm expecting. And I don't know when that thing is coming. So I got another pre-order of a grail. You may have seen on Instagram that I got the Watcher from Marvel Select, Diamond Select. And I started coming up with a plan for how to do this, and it was going to be simple. I told myself I need to make a simple diorama. 15 minutes later, there's going to be lights. It's going to be multiple different types of materials and 2 different designs, I think. So you can see where that's going. So wish me luck on that one. Wish me luck on us getting started with the showcase. Let's jump right on into it with the very first one coming from the Nerd Forge. And this YouTuber, I know a lot of you guys already know about her. She does amazing work. She is a fun personality. Just everything that she puts out there is amazing. So if you're not familiar, go check out her YouTube channel. It is huge. So me talking about it, I'm not doing her any favors by talking about it. She doesn't need my promotion. I'm a tiny channel. I've been binge watching every time new videos come out. She doesn't always do dioramas specifically, but a lot of the time she does dioramas. She does tons of amazing art projects. She's an amazing painter. She works with, I believe it's her boyfriend. So if I hover over, it doesn't give the names. On her profile, it shows both of their names. I think she's a full-time YouTuber. I do not have the luxury of being able to be a full-time YouTuber. I don't make any money off of this channel. Kudos to them for being able to put together this amazing channel. I would highly recommend that you follow them. I know that a lot of you guys follow them on Instagram because I always see on the who has liked, I see a lot of you guys that have liked it. So I'm not necessarily informing that many of you of her either, because they've got hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of subscribers. But she did, there's 2 dioramas that I wanted to showcase because it is more than worthy of being showcased on this show. Her work is absolutely stunning. I'm just amazed by it. So she did this one particular diorama, which there is a full build video. A lot of you guys love those full build videos. I love them too. Go check this one out. It is absolutely amazing. They spent 5 weeks on it. It's got so much detail. I love the water effects. They 3D printed this Hydra dragon, 3-headed dragon. Everything looks cool. You can see how she got this nice pink color on the tree. It's just a stunning looking piece. And then the other piece that I really wanted to showcase, and I don't usually showcase more than one diorama from a particular creator in a show, but I had to because I couldn't pick. And I didn't want to just showcase her every single week. This is an amazing looking piece, and she's got a great video that shows how she did it. And I think those of you that are just getting started with dioramas could very easily learn some great tricks to make something very cool like this. So she got an Xbox, thought it was ugly looking. I agree. The design of the Xbox is hideous, and she wanted to build something around it. First thing that I thought of was, I hope you don't cover the air vents. They thought of it all. There is on the top, there is a little grate that allows the airflow. There is the intake is opened up somewhere around here. But basically she went to like a thrift store or something, bought a whole bunch of old toys and whatnot, and took all of those little toy pieces and basically just clobbered them all together. And this is just so amazing. And then you look at, you know, their talent when it comes to the electronics and then the paint work. She's just absolutely so talented. This is what it looks like without the paint. Still looks really cool, but with the paint, it just looks so absolutely stunning and amazing. Look, they're amazing with video. I don't know how long and how much footage they must get filming all of the work that she does on these pieces. It's just, holy crap. If I don't ever have time to set up to be able to then record what I'm going to be building. So kudos to you guys for being able to create a career out of this. It is amazing. Granted, I don't think that anybody really wants to, millions of people don't want to watch old fart me doing this stuff, but you guys make it fun. You have a great personality. So make sure that you are checking out her YouTube channel, The Nerd Forge. I'll leave a link in the description below. If you are the single person out in the world that still doesn't know about them, you definitely need to go check them out. Our next diorama is coming from your villain Galliot. And let's see, the hover over Galliot the Great. Okay, so I don't think we have ever showcased anything from you before. So this is the Neo Tokyo Villain District. Finally now live on Mercari. If you're interested, go check them out on Mercari somewhere. I wanted to showcase this, number one, because we haven't showcased this creator before, and you use the hashtag. That is awesome. This piece looks really great. I like the different textures that you've got with the different, you've got kind of like a tile down here. You've got the corrugated garage door. Jeez, I can't think now. We've got some really nice weathering up top here, which is looking great. Now it just needs a few accessories to throw in, give it a little bit more depth, a little more story behind it. We got some nice little signs here, which also adds to the realism, which I really like. So it's really turned out to be a very nice looking diorama. You did a great job on it. I hope we'll see even more from you in the future. Details like this, like these pipes with the little on-off valve that looks like it might be a Lego piece, looks awesome. So great job, keep it up. Hope to see some more from you. Now this next diorama is quite possibly one of the most amazing dioramas that I have actually seen. It is so detailed and so amazing that
What?
Hey there, buddy. Are you busy?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. What are you doing?
Seriously? I'm recording right now.
Oh, really? Oh, sorry, I didn't know.
What? What are you serious? You just interrupted me recording the show. What do you want?
I didn't know. I thought maybe you'd want to tell them about the Amazon store. You know? The Amazon store? Where the people can go buy stuff?
I wasn't planning on it. I kind of felt like I was doing the ad far too many times and it was getting a little annoying.
I just didn't want you to forget, to tell them about the store. The Amazon store.
If I do the Amazon ad right now, will you go away?
Oh, yeah, sure. No, not a problem. You record. You're gonna do great, buddy. Now, if you're like me, you probably buy a lot off of Amazon, maybe even a little too much. Now, your purchases from Amazon can support my channel just by doing what you've already been doing. Now, there's no added cost to you and no strings attached. All you need to do is follow my Amazon influencer storefront at amazon.com/shop/TechChucker and shop for the action figures you are already going to buy. At my store, I keep track of the prices of tons of action figures from Marvel Legends, Mezco, SH Figuarts, and so much more. And I curate shopping lists that you can easily browse. I even have a deals of the day list that you can watch for the best deals so you can quickly grab that tough to find figure before everyone else. So whenever you make a purchase using the links from my store, I'll get a small commission, but your cost stays the same. So go to amazon.com/shop/TechChucker now and follow my store and explore all the shopping lists and buy what you like. That's all there is to it. Thank you for supporting my channel and happy collecting. Next, coming from Barbara Shuva Arts. So Barbara Shuva. Did I get that close to right? I always ask because I'm hoping that I get people's names pronounced right. This is a piece that I just stumbled on, and you guys know that I love photography. I never get to do enough. I don't have enough time usually to do it. Insert excuse. But this is just a spectacular looking piece. At first I thought all of this was just kind of fake. It maybe was photoshopped or whatever. But if we go into the pictures a little bit further so that you can see what the slight behind the scenes is, you can see we've got a rock wall. It looks like it's curved. And then we've got some foliage and whatnot in here. So it's amazing what you can do with what seems to be a relatively simple diorama piece where you've got simple wall with some nice rock formation, some really nice paint apps, and then some nice looking foliage here. But then you can turn that with some great lighting into an amazing cinematic looking picture. That is what I really appreciate. Now I'm wondering what this is. If this is, I'd love to see the behind the scenes. Is this a picture of you and you kind of Photoshop you in? Or, because this doesn't look like an action figure. It doesn't look fake. So I'd love to know, because there's not a lot of details in here. So if you happen to watch the show, let us know how you got this very realistic looking person lying in this small display. Next, coming from HaloidZ, and let's say HaloidZ. So this is an acrylic box for a 1/64 scale. I'm not sure any details about this. There is nothing in here. So I'm wondering if this is handmade. I'm assuming it's a handmade diorama. It looks great. I've been burned before where I've showcased something that was manufactured by some company. It looks like this was handmade. It looks great. I love the way that this has turned out. When you guys post, I know that this creator doesn't know about the show. So now you know about the show, because every time I have a new creator that I've never showcased, I send you guys a DM and let you know about the show. So hopefully you'll let me know if you are the one that created this, and then you can put a little more information in the description next time you post, and you'll probably get a little bit more traction on your Instagram as well. Because that's one of the biggest reasons why I do this show, is for anybody that doesn't have a big following or any kind of following on Instagram, I can maybe help a little bit. Now, a lot of you creators have bigger influences than I have, so I can put that into perspective. But then the other side of it is really just, it's my way of being able to give you guys as much credit and love and compliments as I possibly can, because it always is fun to hear someone else say nice things about your work. And I think this looks great. I love the texture of the walls. I love the weathering of the walls, the little signs, all of that looks great. So I would just like to know a little bit more about this piece. Next, coming from Mad Max Terrain, this piece is absolutely stunning. It reminds me of some of the work that Jason Jensen Trains has done with the paint apps and what have you, but this piece you really did a great job on it. I love all of the texture on the walls. We've got some corrugated steel here, which is probably cardboard. And then we've got some really nice texture right up here, which looks awesome. There's a little window here, which seems to be looking into a bathtub room. How about we call it a bathroom? This wrought iron kind of grate over the window. Also a nice touch. We got a little ladder that's coming up. There's so many great details throughout this. I mean, I'm just blown away. This little vending machine also painted very well. All of the paint apps just look so good. And while there are different colors, they work very well together. So you're kind of doing the blue and teal or teal and blue feel, which really works because aesthetically our eye, that is very pleasing. I mean, you can see I'm using kind of an orangish light and blue light together. It's supposed to be pleasing to the eye. They are complementary. This is just an awesome looking piece. Dang, you did a great job. There's so many great textures. That's one thing that as a new diorama creator or even a somewhat experienced diorama creator, the more textures and the more design kind of elements that you can throw in there, the more realistic a piece is going to look. So you just nailed it with this one. Okay, next up, coming from Chico's Creative Hands, we've showcased a couple of your dioramas already in the last couple of episodes, and here is another one. This is a really cool looking piece. Not a lot of description on exactly what this is. It looks to be Egyptian, and correct me if I'm wrong, it might be a different culture, but I am really digging this piece. I think you created an all-around awesome looking display. It is chock full of great details with the sculpt work on the stone around here. This kind of reminds me of the, what is it? I think it's in Jordan, the Petra. It reminds me of Petra, where it's built into the side of a kind of like a cliff sort of area. It's like in the Indiana Jones film, you see it. This just looks awesome. I love the columns, the details with the kind of angled door entrance. And then if you're not looking closely, it's going to blend into the actual grass. But there is this little pool here, and with that resin, and you really got the color of the resin very nicely done. It just looks so good. There's some foliage, some grass with some lily pads. That all looks awesome. We're going to cycle through some of these pictures to see a little bit more. So there's a little bit of waves, some sort of creature there. It looks like it might be a crocodile. This is just so cool looking. Yeah, so it is Egyptian with the hieroglyphics and what have you. This is just an awesome looking piece. Okay, yeah, look. Crocodile, amazing. Look at the detail on these leaves. That is so cool looking. When you get in even closer, this is just amazing. And then we've got, oh, that's what the color is. It's blood. Holy frickin' A, that's so cool. Dang, you really nailed it. That is awesome. Great job. All right, we're not cutting because I don't have a lot of time today. So we're gonna keep going with Reco CH. This guy is a genius with the architecture pieces. He just nails it every single time. This one is very different from a lot of the designs that we've seen from him in the past. Usually he's doing more of a traditional brick kind of building. This has more of a Gothic feel. It's got the gargoyles and whatnot on here, and the color tone of this is just so great looking. I love the way that this turned out. The clock has so much detail in it. Let's wait for this to come back around. Look at that clock. That is amazing. And he's got 4 faces to it. That's so much work to get. And each one has, let's see, those two kind of have that flower look. This one has a very, very detailed look. Just like this one. Dang, you really did a great job. I love this little bit up at the top with the railings. Dang, this is so incredible. All right, next, coming from Dioramas FF. Let's see, just a sneak peek of the Lifeguard Towers final resting place while I finish a few details. again, you post things and you claim that it's not done, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is way more done than what my pieces wind up looking. So I don't know what more details you need to add, because this is just a stunning looking piece. It's wow. It looks so realistic. You throw this out with an actual sky background and nobody's gonna know the better that this is just a diorama. I'm blown away by your work. First off, the beach, the sand, the grasses all look so natural. Then you throw in this tree. The bark, just wow. Wow, this is so realistic looking. And I saw some individual pictures of this lifeguard stand. Your paint apps on here are absolutely amazing. You just, how do you do this? It's so good looking. The foliage within, I know I say foliage a lot, but that's what it is. The leaves, we'll call it leaves. The leaves in the trees have different color tones. And that really brings that realism to it. Wow, tire swing there. That just looks so good. You know, sometimes when we're trying to find like a string or a wire, it doesn't hang or drape the way that we want it, because, you know, it's not a 1/1 scale, it's 1/12 scale or 1/64 scale. But whatever it is that you're using for this rope, it's hanging the way that it would hang in real life. It doesn't feel like this is fake. And I know that that's a small detail, but sometimes those little details, if they just don't quite work, it takes the whole thing away. And everything in this piece just screams real. So very well done on this. Next, coming from our friend Alchemist Customs. If you don't know about him, now you do. Go check him out on YouTube. He's got a YouTube channel. He's a fun, chill guy, and he does some really cool dioramas. And I wanted to showcase this one. It's a work in progress, not quite done, but I wanted to make sure that I got it on the show before I wound up missing it or, you know, whatever. So he gets these 3D printed signs, or he has gotten a few of them, and then he builds a diorama that then goes with that theme. And this is Infinity War, of course. We've got a bunch of Marvel Legends in here, and while it is somewhat simple, the diorama piece as of right now, it is really working. Sometimes you want the diorama to be the showcase. Sometimes you want the diorama to help the showcase piece or the focal point to really stand out. And that is what this diorama is doing right now. It is creating a scene from the movie or something very close to the movie. I love this little customized magic effect that's got the lights for Doctor Strange. It would be so cool if you could get the blast effects for Iron Man to also light up, but you know, baby steps. Really digging on the rock pieces here. The paint apps are looking great. I can't wait to see what you do with this when it is complete, because it's already looking very cool. Next, coming from Diorama's Claw. So Diorama's Claw. Anyway, it is Dioramas Customs and more, and maybe something else. I'll show you who is a nut. Sooner or later, I'll learn who you really are. I'm a sucker for Spider-Man. I'm a sucker for J. Jonah Jameson, so anytime we see a Daily Bugle diorama, it's always fun to be able to see what people are doing with it. The brickwork, all of this is looking awesome. I love the Daily Bugle sign. The little bugle in the middle turned out awesome. It looks like those must be 3D printed from somewhere. I just really like this piece. I think you did a great job. I think everybody kind of needs to have some sort of rooftop display, especially if you're a Marvel Legends collector. It's kind of a staple for collecting and displaying your figures. So great job on this piece, and I am certain we will see more from you in the future. Next, coming from Crashbox Customs. If you don't recall, if you haven't been watching since the beginning, Crashbox Customs was when we used to do an annual grand championship. He won the very first grand championship, and he is he's basically been able to make a career out of dioramas as well. And this is a piece that he did quite a while ago. Let's see, 2 big pieces from Crashbox on display at SDCC and Mezco booth. These were originally displayed at Toy Fair 2020, 12 years ago. Okay, so that can't be 12 years ago if it was 2020. I'm assuming 2 years ago, maybe? But this is really cool. So he's got all of the machinery. He's got the CNC machine. He's got the 3D printers, all of that stuff. And he does some amazing pieces, very cleanly done. This is an epic piece. It's just so big and got so much cool factor to it that I had to make sure that I showcased another friend of the show. This is just so cool. Look at all the details throughout this piece. It is just awesome. I love it. Very nicely done, and always good to see a piece from you. So keep it up, and I hope business is booming for you. Next, we've got another Egyptian piece where there's a little bit of a theme this week. Let's see, Powerslave diorama based on the Iron Maiden back of an album by artist. Use baking soda for texture. Great idea. I believe I heard of that technique in the chat on Euler's Workshop. Euler's Workshop is another guy. Make sure that you are following his YouTube channel. Use paint rollers, taking a page from BTDATDB. He's an amazing artist as well. So that's something. Pick up as many different techniques from as many different creators and bring it into your work. Always be improving. Always. This is a art that we can always be improving on. Each piece can be better than the last and different from the last one. So that's what I love to hear, is when you guys are adding new techniques, and this really turned out great. I love the texture that you've got on these walls. It really has a nice subtle texture to it, especially right up here. Gives it kind of a feel that this is stone. The runes here, the hieroglyphics, really well done. You did a great job with that. I mean, that must have taken a while to get all of those carved in. So here's my question. Did you carve that into clay, or is this still the XPS foam? I'd love to know, because I feel like with that foam, it'd be hard to get this kind of detail. And you did a lot of it. And the paint just looks so good that you really... Or is this 3D printed somehow? It doesn't look like it's 3D printed. It looks like it's actually sculpted in some way. So let us know. Oh, this is a great shot. Great shot with the sky. That is so good. Dang. Really nicely done. I am very impressed with this. Yeah, you did a superb job on this. Very, very good. And last but not least, coming from Miniature It out of Montreal, Quebec, the Alchemist Castle will be featured at Doll's House World next month, issue number 350. So I don't subscribe, but congratulations, number one. Anytime you can see some publicity outside in the real world, that's so cool. And you definitely deserve it, because the work that you do is so incredible. The realism and the detail that you throw into your pieces is always so incredible. I love the stonework here. That looks so good. I love these, the little kind of like column arches. That looks so good. And this little piece here, that looks awesome. I love the kind of copperish look. You've weathered it so it looks like it's been there for a while. The coiled tube, details galore. I love it. A candle with, I think this is a candle with some sort of metal thing wrapping around it. Again, looks awesome. Little accessories. Again, the accessories, the more you can add in with books and candles or whatever, is just going to add to the realism of these pieces, which is what I think the majority of us are always going for. We want it to look authentic and real. Just look at this. This looks so good, but somehow with the paint apps, it looks natural. These books actually look real. Wow, you guys have just amazed me. And here we've got a behind the scenes. So this must be some sort of plaster or clay that you've carved all of these stones into, and it's just looking so good. Wait. What are these tiles? Oh, that's cool. You must have gotten some sort of stick-on something or other for these tiles. Is that like the stick-on tiles that you can do for like real construction? that is a great idea. Cut that up into smaller pieces. You got some really nice design. Really loving it. Great job. All of you have done an amazing job this week, as you always do. I'm so impressed week in and week out with the work that you guys do. Make sure that you continue using the hashtag This Week in Dioramas. It's the best way for me to be able to find your work, and it's a great way for you to share your work with the rest of the community. Make sure you go out and hit like on all of the projects that you like. Give everybody a follow that you're really digging on, and I'm sure they will appreciate that. Maybe you can share that liking and following back to other people that follow your account as well. I don't typically do the like for like or follow for follow sort of deal, so like what you like and follow who you like. There you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on my channel, and I will very much appreciate it. And share the video out. Do that. And yeah, I'll see you hopefully next week, as long as I can get the time to do another video. Have a good weekend, everybody.